What's happening? This is Jun Tzu. Just Slabberin.
I told you.
What's happening? This is Jun Tzu, Just Slabberin. It's a very special episode. This is our 20th episode. So I'm joined today by two legends. This is Tommy McCarthy and Tyrone McKenna.
What's up?
Whiskey and white.
That's right. Make sure you're subscribing.
Yeah. So I had you on last time, Tommy,
Yeah.
and then
I'm obviously not special enough to get a solo.
you
fucking
are,
show.
bro.
You had to bring me on.
Look,
I'm
Tommy,
a fucking
nah.
chaperone.
Tommy's in the middle, and then when he introduces us, then I'll get you on, you know.
Yeah.
Nah, but I did a message, Tommy, and says I want you back on the podcast, but this time bring Tyrone as well.
That's alright. The
That
better
says
host.
fuck.
You know,
Do you
man.
really? I don't know.
Listen,
Don't know if that's a good move, Tom.
and the bigger name.
No. Really? This is all just jokes. Me and him's, best of friends. Grew up together. We're actually like more like brothers.
Yeah.
So
Moved into his granny's when I was about 14,
yeah.
basically.
I seen it on you posted like a thing.
Yeah. Do you know?
You said Instagram.
Yeah.
Said we should post this.
I only use getting this on Instagram. It's like, sure, this is a reel.
Yeah.
So that come up and I was like, fuck, I actually would. And all the music
that
was
was
already
the-
on it.
yeah.
And both of us, that album at the time, both of us was listening to it, the Common, the B album. It was just all
Great
like
album.
perfect. I
Great
was like,
album.
fuck.
Set. So you didn't even edit any of it.
No, it just came up and I just said posted. So I just wrote the
Because
caption.
it was
Just
David, it
posted.
was like photos of you as weekends.
Yeah.
And all flat out. We've been doing this from like
From
as I
day?
said, we've been in the Irish team from we're 11 years old, 12 years old, and then obviously I moved in as grannies when we were 14, and then just escalated from there. And then we went to Dublin. We lived in Dublin together, slept in the same room since we were about 20 years old, and then he had a kid, and he had to leave me and be a grown up, move in with his
Broke
wife.
your heart.
But even Tyrone kind of lived with us anyway, still at that time. It was like you, me, and Dupree.
For fuck's sake. But nah, because I seen, this is why I shouted you again. I was there. Where was it? It was just at the bottom of the Shankill at one of them petrol stations. And I went in to get some raw papers. And I got back into the car and I seen big mixed race fella. And he was about 12. And his wee white kid beside him walking out of the shop, and they were chatting to each other. And that's what I thought. I thought that was Tommy and Tyrone, because I'd just seen the
Who was it? Oh, it was somebody else. Or...
just a couple of
come on.
weekends.
I was gonna go. What the fuck was I doing in the Shankill?
No, they were about 13, but he was a big lad, and then as we met and I seen them walking, I thought that's Tommy and Tyrone, and I thought I'm going to say to them, come on,
100%. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, gee, shit, nah, it's good to have you on, my bro. So, you lived with Tommy when you were 14?
Well, my mum and dad moved out to the countryside, and I was obviously trying to be a boxer.
And were you from Lennox as well?
Yeah.
He's from the state beside Andytown.
I was about 15, 16, and I was from Andytown, which is beside him, but they moved to the countryside, and I was trying to get the train. I couldn't get the train, it was too far.
Yep.
And I just said, fuck it, I'll stay in his house Monday to Friday. I was staying in his granny's house, and training away, and then at the weekend I'll go home maybe.
You go home and get change of clothes, and
That'll be
then
me for the weekend.
come back
or
down.
the
It
weekend.
just worked out better, and it's well. You know what's like, if you're from the country, you have to be born there. Like,
Yeah,
so
obviously.
it's such a
I know
big
mates are not
adjustment to
from
make from being like
I
a
know.
city boy to
Yeah,
going
it's
to the
hard.
country.
Yeah,
And then, cause I was trying to make it as a boxer, I had to fucking go down with him and live with him. And it worked out well. We're both boxing. We're both at the top of our
Yeah.
game in boxing, and then we're doing whiskey and weight now as well. So
And then it's great, like loads of people, cause since we started the podcast, people are like, how do you know each other? Are you actually mates, or is it just he's a boxer and a boxer? But it's an organic thing that we grew up with each other. So I think that's why the podcast is so like catching on so well, because it's all real.
just
People
banter
like
between
like the
Yeah.
realness.
And we have so much story because we have been mates since we were 11 years old. We've had so much stories together and like been around the world together, so it's easy to fucking banter off each other and tell good stories.
Nah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Sure, my plan of setting up a podcast was in the making for like years, and it was like when I was over in Spain, me and Danny, like the owner of the Cali Cave, and he's from Dublin, but he's hilarious, and like I wrote a song for him and all, you know, the Cali Cave and that, and we became like best mates with me. And then I says we should have a Cali Cave podcast, and like I was going live all the time. There was like 300-400, you know,
People
on
watching, yeah.
Instagram and all at once. They were loving it, like, you know. And I said we need to turn this into a podcast, you know, just banter between us and all. But we knocked it down. All turned into a big studio up, you know, above the Cali Cave and all. And that was the plan, but. Then it got shut down for a year, and then I moved back.
You came home, yeah.
And now this has happened.
Then I set up just Slabberin, you know.
This is the goat.
Yeah,
Fuck's sake, I go live on Instagram.
yeah, you know.
I get about 3 people watching. It's
Yeah,
happening.
I know. Literally, that's the thing. Listen, so I started it up on Hotbox's channel, and it was just he had said, so this is Hotbox Entertainment by OJ, and he this is a studio, and he I'd come and done like a freestyle for him, and then he says, "Oh, I'm looking to do podcasts at the studio." And I
Funny
thought,
enough,
I said, "You know what? Fuck this." Then I fancy doing it because I've always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So I says, "Let me try one." And then I thought my girlfriend, it was actually my girlfriend as well, who said, I was thinking of names. And she said, you should just call it just Slabberin because you're always... Because she was saying, you're always just slabbering about something. You know?
That's good. That's a good name, but I think that's fucking good.
Yeah. Well, that's her brainchild, to be honest. But I just rolled with it then and said, you know what? Well, I like it. And it sort of gives me a license then to say what I want.
Yeah.
Because if anyone comes and says, "Hey, dare you say?" I says, "The show's called Just Slabberin."
Yeah, you
Just
get what you...
shit.
Yeah, that does exactly what it says on the tin.
Exactly, leave me alone. I
Yeah.
can do whatever I want. You know what I mean? But but it was funny, like, so just started it up then. But then obviously I thought, fuck this, I actually like it, and I enjoyed like, because all my guests as well, like you said, they're all like, they're only people that I respect or love, and they're all like masters of their own field and all, and they're all different, like comedians, boxers, MMA fighters. I had a headmaster on, you know, like I had this big, have you seen her, the harpist?
No, I'm saying her now.
Yeah, Ursula Burns, she was on like Britain's Got Talent, but she plays a big harp and basically raps. She's like a rapper, but she's mad, but she's cool as anything.
Powerful.
She said I stuck up for her during the lockdowns.
Did you?
Yeah, because only online, like, you know, I was anti-lockdown, you know, like
Same.
to the core.
Not this guy.
Listen, I was out swallowing everywhere for this fucking...
Did you get bullied, Tyrone?
He just loves it, man. He's talking shit.
He's a mask
He
man.
loves it.
Were you masked
No,
up?
don't talk shit. He's talking shit.
He won't talk to me.
So,
He's reading at me through the window.
a few of the lads in Spain believed it at the start, and he was like one of them, and he was a professional footballer, our good friend. He was locked up in his house with his missus, and he's like, I'm not coming to the barbecue and all.
Like, I've said this before. I don't know if I said it last time I was here, but when I first seen it on the news, I was like, fuck, it's over now. Because I was in the gym, Peak Physique's sponsored both of us, so I was in there, I was on the treadmill, and they have the news channel on just, and it was like, this before they called COVID, what were they calling it again? What's it called? Coronavirus.
Yeah.
Coronavirus. People are dropping dead in the street, and it was some guy walking down the street in
Yeah.
China and just dropped. And I was like,
That was it.
"Fuck, it's over. It's game over." I just started accepting it, and I was, man, we're getting changed in the changing room, and I was like, "Fuck it, I've had a good life. We got married, I have a couple of kids. You know, I've done well. Like, fuck it. Like, there's nothing you can do." And then my senses kicked in. I was like, "This is bullshit."
Yeah.
So we were up in the mountains swallowing the fucking...
I know, we were living, we were actually prospering.
I loved it.
I loved it. It was great.
Locked down, I was just in the house.
We were in the shape of our lives. He turned his garage into a gym, man.
Well, it was an off license first, and then became a gym.
So before, God, this is the truth. Before it all happened, I had moved to Spain. I was just growing, chilling, stopped doing music and everything. Just was literally just chilling, and literally I you know, Red Dead Redemption. So I don't play computers or nothing, right?
Well, I was heavy into...
Bro, I love Red Dead. I wrote my rap about it now. Did you hear my rap?
No.
You need to hear it, bro. It went viral. Like a rock star messaged me and says, "Oh, we would have posted this, but it's copyright infringement and all." Like one of the rocket pages, you know. But I went deep on it, bro. I played it. I self-isolated, is what I'm saying. Like myself before anything.
Because you were playing the friggin'...
Yeah, and all I had was my plants and my dogs to look after. and I didn't care
Lovely
about
life.
anyone else. Sat there with a big spliff. The bane of my life was having to roll a spliff and sit down the computer game. Loved it.
Isolation's the best.
And then it all said, next thing, because I thought I was a rebel to society.
Yeah.
Next thing it says, no, everybody has to
You're
stay in.
raging.
So you're going rapping all the doors.
I literally-
He's out like
I was
fuck.
more sociable than I ever was. And then, like, Danny, in all fairness to Danny, I says, I'll never forget, I remember 2020 clear, and I said there was 3 heroes of 2020 for me. Number 1 was Dana White.
Yeah, because
You
he
know
just
what?
was going ahead with.
Dana White,
You got Fade Island and everything.
he done Fight Island. Bro.
It's lethal.
Look, they said to him, you're not allowed to have events. And Dana says, why? And they says, cause nowhere in America's doing it. And Dana says, nowhere in America. That's all right. I'm going to
Sound
buy
it.
myself an island.
It's crazy.
Oh, he's too G'd up,
I
bro.
fought during the fucking isolation. It was the worst experience of my life going out. It was a massive fight.
And there's no one
There
there.
was no one there. It was like a fight I've been building for about 6 years. It was huge. And then no one there. I was fucking dead. I need a crowd to fucking get me going. So I went out and I boxed. Well, I thought I
No,
won
you
the fight.
box well. You box well. Don't
But
discredit yourself.
I feel like I could have boxed more better.
Yeah. I know what you mean because of the audience.
Yeah, the audience. I usually give the audience what they want, and that's blood and.
It
blood
was
and gore.
weird watching the UFC fights because
That's good.
but I don't know, some of it was a bit more scary because
Because you can hear the
Yeah.
wax.
Even like
yeah.
football. Football was boring as fuck to watch when there's no crowd or
It
nothing.
reminded me a wee bit of like a street fight. And
Yeah.
everyone sat nervous.
Yeah.
And you just hear the smack, smack.
It's
you
so
know.
weird. Like I had a couple of fights during COVID as well. I won the European title in an empty arena, aye.
Did you, bro?
And it was like you walk out, the music and all, it's your big net, and it's just
And it's
nobody
empty.
else.
It's like a
Like,
About the whole week, even like the press conferences and
yeah,
and the
even
weigh-ins and all,
the
like,
fight week,
that's
it's
the
all
buzz you
weird.
get.
Yeah, you can't leave the hotel. You can't.
That's the
fucking
perks.
do
Like
anything.
the perks are like fucking going about and you get the photos and you feel like we slab that week because you're fighting, and then that's all stripped away and you're just like, it doesn't even feel like I'm fighting this
It's so
week.
weird.
Felt shit.
And
So
I
I
was
wish I
there,
could get
yeah.
that fight again, but only with a crowd. It'd be good. But
Yeah, the crowd. You want the crowd. Like I was there after I won the title and all shouting and bawling, and it's like you can just hear your echo. Hang on, I'm the roughest, toughest bad boy in Belfast.
I know, and you're on your own. Where's
Okay.
the manager beside you? I know. Oh, it's deep, bro. It is madness. I know. As a fight fan, it was the most bizarre. Did you see even? I don't know if they've done it in football or something. Apparently, they put when they started to do
fake
the fake fans, fake crowd.
It was football. It was football.
Yeah, and they actually had a fake noise.
But it actually.
Yeah,
it
that's right,
It
that's
did
right.
help
That
it.
is
It
weird.
helped it.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Nah, listen to me. That is Black Mirror. There's a
time.
fake
What did you do?
audience.
What did you do? Do you know? Like, could you?
He was playing the friggin' game, smoking weed.
Listen, this is what I done. We kept the Cali Cave open, right? I was going crazy then. Everywhere was saying you're not allowed in unless you've been, you with me.
Vaccinated,
So you're not allowed to say it. We'll delete that.
The
off.
vaccine?
We'll blur that
Yeah,
out.
fuck.
Yeah, we get shut down and all. You know what I mean? You know what they're like. That's what they're like. I was anyway. Anyone coming in to the Cali Cave, I was saying to them, I hope you haven't been. Because if you are, well, you're not allowed in here and all. And I was doing the opposite. I was doing opposite. People were coming in saying, do we need to wear masks? I said, masks are banned in here. If you wear a mask here, you would think you're going to rob the place. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we don't have masks in here.
So, like, I hated that Christmas time and the only entertainment, the bars and all again, but you had to show proof that you were vaccinated.
Yeah,
But I was, I got a wee card and I just fucking wrote
Yeah.
down
The only thing
Pfizer.
yeah.
Fucking wee scribble.
My big fear was like we had to take COVID tests before every
Oh,
fight.
that was so
we were out here
nerve-wracking.
nervous about our fight. It's big opportunity and stuff with big fights.
Yeah.
And you're already nervous. And you're already going.
And your
"Fuck it."
money as well. It's
Yeah,
your dough.
money and-
If you don't fight, you don't get paid.
There's already a lot of stress going into the fight, and then out of stress was fucking COVID fucking test. And
And
I was like, fuck's sake.
Everyone in your team had to pass, and everyone in their
Yeah.
team had to pass.
And the
If
truth
one
is-
person failed,
Yeah.
the fight was off.
And the truth is, it's as
bullshit.
you
It could
know
be the
about
cold.
them, it was all bullshit.
It could have
as
been
well.
a cold, so I was like,
Exactly,
fuck.
of course. And you know yourself, everyone. Listen, I'm not gonna say who, but I know a person very well who was working at the time, and the tests. They said if you ever get tested positive, you can't come into work. They couldn't be asked going to work, and you know what they done? They took 4 tests. The first one negative. They went, nah,
kept
come
going.
on, and they done 4, and then the fourth
Just
one
look like
came up
draw.
positive.
Look like
And she
draw,
went,
fuck
yes, you know what I mean? And that was them sort of. But it shows you like
Because
a,
remember, you had to go. Remember the open testing centres in the car park. So before I was fighting for the European title, I had to go and get a test and I went round the place, and I was so nervous of failing because I hadn't fought in almost a year.
Oh,
So I was like, I went on that, and they just handed through the. No, but yeah, I know you're laughing at it. This was after they handed through the window, and you have to do it yourself. So I just put it in. Didn't even put up my nose.
Yeah.
And obviously came back negative, and then went over. You had to do another test when you got there. So I got the hand sanitizer. It was like up my nose. Just to make sure. Because if I didn't fight, I was already like skint anyway because I haven't done nothing. So everything, Christmas was fucking raiding on this pet.
He's shoving fucking super
dogs.
Legend.
I actually flew to fucking Dubai, hated fucking COVID, and
Danny did.
He went over to fight, but
yeah, and then went day of the weigh-in. The guy
day of the fight, the morning of the fight.
The day of the weigh-in, opponent wasn't there. I was like, where the fuck's the opponent? Like, he's upstairs, he's losing weight more. And I said, right, fuck it, I'm way to eat. And then the next day I went to bed, woke up the next day and banged the door. Said, Tyrone, your fight's off. I said, what the fuck do you mean your fight's off? And said, he has COVID. Now, what the fuck do you mean he has COVID? He weighed in, he didn't weigh in, he has COVID, he was trying to get rid of it. Hoping it would be sweet today, and then I had to fly the whole way back. Took me 3 days to get home. I had to go to Turkey, Madrid, fucking smuggle myself from London to Liverpool, get a boat home. It was fucking a nightmare. And I didn't get paid nothing.
Yes. Spain was wild for it too, because I went on holiday to Spain, and they wouldn't serve you or do anything unless you had a mask on.
Yeah.
So we were they had like a wee pool bar, and seeing he swam up to the pool bar. You had to put the mask on or they wouldn't serve you. I was going, you fucking for real? We're outside here.
Listen to this, bro. So I was living in Spain at the time, and then they made that decree that says, you know, everyone has to wear masks and everything. And I was like, not at all. Found a solicitor, and they says, listen, we know a doctor. So I went to a doctor, paid them like €80, and the doctor signed me a full certificate that said I'm exempt. Right? So I got pulled by the Guard of Seville. And there was like 5 of us, and they pulled up with machine guns and all. It was at a petrol station, and they all said, everyone out now. And there was a cafe beside the petrol station, and it was filled with people, and they were all watching, and all the police are masked up and all, and they all get us out and at the gunpoint and all, and they're like, mascarilla, mascarilla. And I went, exemption. You with me? So I pulled out my wee certificate.
See, if it had been me going for my pocket, then they let me up.
Listen, they nearly did, but I kept them saying exemption, and they were saying shut up. But when I showed them the certificate from the doctor, they were like disgusted. But what can they say? It's law. I'm saying this is law. You with me? So I had it there. Next thing, all the police, all my mates, they're all masked up, and I'm the only one stood there with no mask. Then after I says, can I go into the toilet? Into the cafe. And the police says, yes, you can and all. So I goes to walk into the cafe, and what does the waitress say as soon as I walks into the cafe? You're a mask, sir. And I just said, listen, there's 20 armed police out there. No, I didn't even show the phone. I just said, listen, there's 20 armed police out there. If they're not getting me to wear a mask, just accept it. I was disgusted at them.
Can you speak Spanish?
¿Qué pasa, hermano?
Poquito,
muy poquito.
Do you know who you look like? I was gonna send you a picture, a young Fat Joe from the 90s.
Yeah, Fat Joe.
You had to get up on your phone.
I know Fat Joe.
But you actually are double of him.
But I am the big pun now.
Big Pun's the real. Well, I like Fat Joe too. But you actually, I saw it on Twitter. Fat Joe in the Bronx is like 95 or something. Yeah. It's just fucking a double E.
Yeah, he's hard as nails, Fat Joe. Fat Joe was the reason Big Pun got signed. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fat Joe was he was like a Latino rapper. He was well known at the time, and like he had made it. Yeah. And Big Pun was just a ghetto from the Bronx, and he was actually called Big Moondog. At the time, that was Big Pun's original name, Big Moondog.
Sounds like he's from fucking Lannington.
Yeah, I know, Lannington.
Big Mooncat.
Yeah,
that's how you rap me.
Big Pun, bro. He was my favourite ever. Chris Rivers, yeah, man. And then,
did you ever see pictures of him before he got fat? He was a fucking tank, big handsome guy.
No, have you seen a photo of him at 14? He looks like he's 29, and he's
big.
He looks like a big gangster.
I think he was playing American football or something in school as a unit, and then
he was. Died
just
in
got addicted to
2001
food.
of obesity.
Really?
Yeah. He wrote a rap as well. He goes, I'm trapped in this huge giant cage, trying to savor these few lying days I have left, but before my flesh, before I'm sent to my grave, I'm trying to persuade my mind to be brave and not give death the satisfaction of seeing me dying afraid. Oh, I love Big Pun.
He is lethal.
Oh, he's sick, bro. Dead in the middle of little do we know to be brittle to middle men who didn't do diddle. Come on, bro.
You know the fucking all his fucking lyrics, do you?
Yeah, my brother.
Is your real favourite?
Yeah, he was. I'd say like my 3 favourite rappers were Big Pun, Tupac, and probably Immortal Technique. He's heard of
solid list. There's Mortal Technique's like the.
I only know one song from Immortal Technique. What is
Dance with the Devil.
yeah,
about him raping his mum at the end. You're sat there going, yo. And he says, listen, because the story that I'm telling is true. Because I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mum too. And he was like, yo.
Like I never really got in it, but I remember in school everyone talking about Mortal Technique and he's like this progressive rapper and spitting like all
conspiracy and that.
But I was like, I just could never get in the. I didn't like the flow. I didn't like the way he sounded, and I didn't like the beats.
You're funny because that's what Baby J said to me. He was like the #1. You know my song Wee Johnny. He was the producer of that. And I said to him, and he was like England's most famous producer at the time, and I says, what do you think of Immortal Technique? And he said exactly what you said. Yeah. Don't really, no time for it.
It's good, like content, but it's just...
Who's your favourite rapper?
My favourite rapper of all time, Snoop Dogg.
Snoop?
And I'm not saying he's the best rapper of all time, but he's my favourite.
Did you go see him at Belfast?
Yeah, of course I did.
Come on, bro. How sick was it?
Oh, it was one of the best nights of my life.
But to tell the truth,
top 3.
Did you not think Versatile shut the whole fucking gas?
Do you know what? Versatile were on, and I just went and sat in a bar. And
did you miss them? You missed them?
Cause like I don't know their song, so no disrespect on them, but I don't know them, so I was like.
I'm telling you, did you see D12?
No, I saw we with him, and then, but I was there for one reason only. That was Snoop. And then after, I ended up in the after party with D12.
Were you?
It was just like a mad chain of events that ended up with them in the backstage. Brought us up, me and Saul Duffin. It's Saul Duffin on Instagram. Sure, it's Saul. So he, I don't know, just talking, end up in the friggin' entourage with D12 in the backstage, and they had pizzas. Like, hey man, when it comes Swifty, he was like, "Hey, you're the boxer, right? Yeah." And fuck, they know me, but somebody must have said something. He's a boxer. Yeah. And then everything was all sound, but they had these pizzas, and it said vegan on the boxes, and Saul went over and was like, "Vegan pizzas? Who's eating vegan pizzas?" And then the two, Swifty and Caneva, were like, "Yeah, man, we vegan. Yeah, we vegan." And then Saul was like, "All right, right."
Respect on.
Yeah.
They say never meet your heroes. And then they all started laughing, and they were like, "Hey, man, you hear this motherfucker? Yeah. He said never meet your heroes. Like I'm smoking crack or something." And then it just that put things on like a weird, because I was in stitches the way he said it. Yeah. So then they were like, "These Irish boys are just weird. Just leave Emmons in the corner."
Yeah, but
and then
really,
we were laughing.
they're the weirdos.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you the truth. D12 were mad because I was thinking, okay, D12 and all, and I'm thinking Big Bazaar and everything.
There was just 2 of them. Yeah.
Should have been called D2.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Like literally, like, and they weren't like Versatile. I was only there because of Versatile. You said you were only there for Snoop. Versatile got me 2 tickets, so me and my girl went and watched that. No, me and Buzz as well. We got loads of tickets. Me and Buzz Lightyear. I'm Big Potato. I was up front.
What's it, man? Everyone, man.
Yeah, that's Buzz Lightyear and Potato. Yeah, we all went.
Where was Woody? Woody?
And we were just blazing up in the gaff and all, like, you know, it was good fun.
No, I remember my wife too. It's fucking just
the two. Versatile. Did you go?
No. I didn't get an invite. He brought his business.
Bro, you should have shared it. See, if I had knew you, Tyrone, you could have came with me and Buzz.
I could have come with Big Potato and fucking Buzz Lightyear.
Do you know what? I told him the dream was off chance with my missus.
I know, he saw me dream.
Listen, I don't know if I want to go. Say to Tyrone about going. And then so I said,
Tyrone, keep
Tuesday free. He might be going to his Snoop concert. And then he didn't make it.
No.
Tuesday came to me on Instagram. Kurt walking.
Listen, just want to know something terrible as well. Cali Cave Records then, when we moved back then and Danny moved back, we decided to like start doing shows. Yeah. So we got Meeks Manny over to the Limelight. and that was sick. And then after that, then Danny says, Snoop Dogg's coming, and we can get like the after party, you know, the official after party. And he was saying like, yo, I'm on it, and it's gonna be sick. But I have to tell you, I had a bad feeling about it straight away. I was thinking, the guy's doing fucking 30 arenas every single
back to
night,
back.
And I was thinking like, he's not gonna like do anything at this after party.
And that's why he's an ageable man. He's probably
but he didn't turn up to no after party. In the end, Limelight done one of
D12.
They didn't even turn up.
So no, it was in the Limelight.
Yeah,
that's where I went.
Turn up.
That's where I went. Remember, it was Limelight. So that's what it was in the wee backstage where the pizzas were eating them, and then they went down on the stage and they done a couple because they went. Somebody's gonna come back for y'all. Just wait here. Then we were sitting there and I could hear the music, and I went, no one's coming back for us. So we went down and then took a couple of pictures, and then me and my wife went home. So I don't know. It must have flopped then after, but they definitely were because I was there in Atlantic.
I was half hoping I was gonna get Snoop Dogg on the podcast.
Same.
We're getting Snoop. He thought he was getting Snoop.
I was like, I ended up talking to his personal trainer after the thing.
Phoned me at 12:30, woke me up and here, we're getting Snoop, be ready for in the morning. I was like, great, fuck it.
Because I was going, listen mate, we've got the biggest podcast in Belfast.
Damn right.
We want to get Snoop on, and I know he likes money, but we can get him some of the sticky icky and all this. And he was like, oh, alright, that'll do it. And I was like, Tom, we've got him. But then never fucking heard from him again.
Nah, it was hard. It was like, it was weird because it was the sickest thing ever when he walked out at first, and then he done that smoke weed every day, and he just was smoking on the stage, and I was thinking, this is.
And he done all the classics. Like I was going, I hope he doesn't fucking come out and like try and do like the new stuff.
Yes.
He's done all your favorites. I was in my element.
So I know you said you didn't see Versatile's thing, but have you not heard Versatile's song with Coolio?
I saw it and I didn't listen to all of it. I was like,
did you hear Coolio when all rapping? I got the man, I got the pussy asking, is he Irish or is he black? Have you not heard Coolio rapping across the?
I saw the video. I can't even remember what, but I remember looking at the video on YouTube and going.
Yeah.
But
did you not that one first? You said you didn't like my shit at first, and then you ended up like it grew on you.
I know, but
I'm gonna do it.
I give you more of a chance.
Exactly, you have to give them a chance.
I'll go back.
I didn't give them a chance at first as well. I have to be honest with you. When I first listened to them, I thought they're like comedy rappers, comedic or something. And it's like piss take or something, and that's the truth. I did. The song with Coolio changed it for me because it's actually real and it's gangster, like you know. And Coolio, there was a real chemistry with them. It's not just like they done a song. Coolio came to there and he goes like Rings End to Compton on the track, you know, and it's like Coolio's there, like, and he smashed it. It's one of Coolio's best tracks. But then when Coolio died as well, just before he died, he even went on their mate's podcast, you know, Talking Bollocks.
Did he?
He went on Talking Bollocks, and I'm telling you this now, Coolio gave me goosebumps. He was one of the lads. I mean, he was one of.
There's a video of him in St James's. He must have been doing a concert here,
was at a
and they all
party,
brought him back to a wee party on the St James on the Falls Road. And there's a video of him going, "Yeah, St James's Swift. That's right, motherfuckers. Swift." And all the lads are all going, "Yeah."
Coolio was cool as fuck. He's there like, I seen my mama cut off a woman's titty one time. And all this, he's just cool, like, he's mad. And anyway, he said
that can't be true.
That's what I was saying. But he said his mum as well shot his stepdad in the face and all.
Oh, that's believable, but like, chopping off a fucking titty.
He said, I just seen it flap off. That's what he says. He said,
crowd. Zero in the room.
And I remember him saying, there's world famine coming soon. And you need to buy up your own land. No, he was a G. But anyway, when he died then his family and that asked Versatile to come to the funeral.
Did it?
And then when they were at the funeral, they got highly respected, like off all of the hip hop community. That's why, like, Snoop Dogg said he wanted them on tour. They done the world tour with Snoop Dogg. They didn't just support them in Ireland. They supported them all over.
That's good.
You know what the sickest part of it was? I can't believe you missed it, bro. Best part of the whole fucking night for me. They gets on stage and they do their song with Coolio, and then after that they done Gangster's Paradise, a tribute, and the whole arena, including me, I was there with my spliffs, rapping the whole, you know, Gangster's Paradise.
They have a big fan base, and I heard a lot about them. It's just because I've never like got into their music.
Yeah.
Not that they're like fucking. I'm not saying they're shit or anything. I just never got into their music.
of
So
course.
at the show, I was there. Like I said, I was there for. I didn't stay to see any of the support act. I used the support act time to get the drinks on board, and then went down there for Snoop. But now we'll take them out because obviously you're co-signing them, and everyone saw.
To be honest, when it comes to Irish rap, you know, they're the only ones as well that have gotten international respect and recognition. I'm talking about overseas and like even the old school rappers all love them. Snoop Dogg loves them, and you know that.
That's
Snoop
good. I like to see it for people from here doing
funny
well.
thing about Snoop, did you hear what he was doing at the on the tour?
No.
A wee lad that we know from Belfast done it. 1,000.
Oh yeah, for the meet and greet, they get a
meet and greet,
chain.
a wee chain, a wee like plastic chain.
It was you had to pay to go and get a picture, and they give you.
Like
I think it was a Death Row chain.
Yeah, it's a Death Row chain, but it's like black metal. You know what I mean? It's worth about 100 quid or something, but you have to pay like 1,200.
Yeah,
and then you can
I
take your own
looked at it
photo.
himself. I looked at it, great, hang on, I'll do it, and then it's all.
Thought, nah.
There'll be Photoshop.
And do you know what? Do you know if they were to say like it's 15 minutes with him, you can do what you want and all. Like, and I was thinking like, oh, I'll do a wee quick interview. Even it would have been worth that. Even, but
it's not easy to go. Boom, next please.
Next please.
Did you see Chris Brown's meet and greet pictures?
Nah.
They're unreal. They're £1,000, and it's this like women like as if like he's at the formal with them. Someone's bent over. It's like it's go and look at it on Twitter and Instagram. People saying it's worth every penny because it's
so
like what
funny.
you're saying. He talks to you and you fucking. It's not like just get a picture and move on.
Oh no, that's cool. It's the opposite.
Yeah,
I thought you meant he didn't give a fuck.
No,
Actually.
he's makes time for them.
Yeah. No, I like that. There's nothing worse, is there? Though, imagine
If you're paying that kind of money, you want fucking at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking talking.
Yeah.
Have a split for the fucking.
Yeah. Well, he actually gave Versatile gold Death Row chains.
Real ones?
Yeah, like real ones. You with me? Because they supported his whole tour. You know what I mean? And they give them a pound of Snoop Dogg Kush as well.
Powerful.
So there's a photo of them, and they got banned and all of Insta and all, or whatever. It's funny, like.
You're on bonds everything.
Stop and telling just.
It'd be reasonable if you've done the world tour and you went, here's a wee chain for you, lads. Where's the money? Where's the money?
I'm hoping they will be extra gifts. You know what I mean?
So you're looking forward to this feeling?
Bro, I'm very excited about the feel. How do you pronounce
Fela?
it? Fela.
Yeah.
And it's Irish for festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've never done it before.
No, it's do you know what? Have you ever been to?
No.
Never been. No.
I've just seen the billboard up.
Yeah. Seen it. Yep.
I haven't seen any billboards up for anyone.
That's the shit.
Yeah,
Is it
no,
good?
no, yeah.
It's good seeing your billboards up, isn't
It
it?
was cool. Like.
But like I fought in the field a couple of times last 2 years.
Wow, so you actually fought there?
Yeah. So
But above it, it's not a, blow my own horn, but as the first ever fighting it, McCarthy show, I just had to say. McKenna was on. He's actually fought in all the fields. He fought in that one too.
Fought one of 8,000 and the one just after COVID, and that was crazy because it was just after COVID. Literally everything just opened up, and there's 8,000 people are absolutely fucking wasted. The place was pissing down rain. It's like a monsoon.
Sounds sick.
But it was class.
It was
sounds like a
my
movie.
fight was with like a Mexican. And we had a fucking wars. Like
Great
I was
fight,
down,
yeah.
he was down, and I won obviously. But it was a fucking good fight, and blood everywhere. But that was probably the best fight I've had.
Whoa, that sounds intense.
So like with them ones, the first show that we done, it was like in the marquee, so there was about 2,000 people there. But it was brilliant. It was like a bar pit. But then a couple of years later, when Tyrone and them made it bigger, it was Mick shows. Then the fucking just. Amplified it. It was unbelievable.
And then the last one last year, but that was in the Odyssey. It wasn't the same as this.
Yeah, it's not the same
So
thing. Yeah,
did you actually fight in the Falls Park?
yeah, it's in the Falls
And
Park.
then
Yeah,
they're like, hey, like what?
they bring in like the what do you call them, bleachers.
Bring it
and-
fucking cause
yeah.
that's why last year I could move to the Odyssey or the SSE because it doubled.
You're
or tripled
paying
in
for
price.
all the
For
seats,
all the
yeah.
stuff. Like it tripled in price, so they couldn't afford it unless they didn't pay the boxers. So what to change it.
Boxer says, "Fuck it."
I know.
Yeah.
Get me to the SSE. I love SSE anyway. Like, say there's 10,000 people there. SSE, there's no better place. It's fucking good seats everywhere.
Yeah.
Crowds will
And
tap you.
it's like a cauldron, isn't
It
it?
is.
Like,
It
you
is.
know?
It's exactly that. And then obviously my fights are all wars, so people getting behind me like fucking going metal. I love Odyssey. It's
Yeah.
special
sick
place.
shit.
So yeah, don't forget, viewers, to feel Big Jun Tzu's on the 11th, Whiskey and Waits on the 9th.
Yeah,
To get your tickets.
Well, that's what I wanted to say to you. So I seen you are doing your live podcast.
Second
Yeah,
time.
and you've got the two Conlon brothers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Nesbitt as
Yeah,
well.
yep.
Yep, it's a fucking great lineup. The last one we had in March, and it was a sold out show, sold out in a couple of weeks. And I think this lineup is even better than
Yeah.
the
No,
last
it's
one.
sick, bro. I'm excited. I was gonna. Well, that's what I was gonna talk to you first. Can I get like? Is there any?
G-list?
Yes, let's don't worry.
100%.
Because if not, I was getting my girlfriend to book the tickets tonight.
No, you're
15
Well,
quid
get her
a
to
ticket,
book 'em
lad.
anyway.
That's cheap as well. That's cheap. I just don't hear. You know
No,
what I mean?
listen,
I
you and the
cannot be-
missus would be alright.
Yeah, I can't sit in the middle of rows. I'm a weirdo. Maybe I'm claustrophobic.
I like
Maybe it's because
I like
Yeah,
that.
you're a big guy.
maybe
Yeah.
it's because of like a big fat, but I've sandwiched in and all.
No, don't worry, you're on the G list.
I'm not sort you out, don't worry.
I'm excited
He'll
for it.
pay for your tickets.
I was actually going to go and take notes. I wanted to take notes. I'm excited. Like,
Do you know what? See, lives are. I was worried the first time going up there because obviously I fight in front of the big crowds and I do press conferences and all that shit. If people think I'm used to all that public speaking, but I
It's a
fucking
different ball game.
was shit myself going out there. Like obviously you rap in front of loads of crowds, so it's probably similar to that.
Yeah.
But I've never experienced anything like that. So going out there, I shit myself.
but it's more like freestyling.
I
in
know.
front of
I
a
had to
crowd.
have a fucking 8 pints before going out. I was out fucking
Get the
black.
Dutch courage.
Yeah.
Tommy said in the interval, take a wee water, Tyrone, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But it was good. See, after I warmed up to it, I was like, fuck, why was I even nervous? Like, it's not like boxing where you can go out and you get knocked out in front of 10,000 people.
Yeah, exactly.
There's 500 people there, and if it goes shit, it goes shit.
Yeah,
Who
but
gives
you
a fuck?
conditioned yourself to think if I get knocked out, who gives a fuck anyway? Because I'm a
Yeah,
warrior. You
I
know what
know.
I mean? That's the mentality as well.
Well, I
whereas-
don't know why I don't give a fuck there, but then I'm giving a fuck.
Just
a
call
Because
something
you can
new.
scunner
Just something
yourself.
new.
You know you're not going to score. Even if you get knocked
I know,
out,
that's
you
it.
got caught,
It's
but you're a
different.
fighter.
You can scunder
Yeah.
yourself, and that's the thing. Like, it could turn it cringy or something.
Yeah. Like on the way down, we were driving down. He was like, "Fuck me, this is so cringy." I'm like, what are you talking about? We're getting ready to do the show. It's our show.
Yeah.
How you gonna
Then-
say
then-
we're
then
cringy?
think about, everyone's going there knows what the Whiskey and White show is. That they're going to watch what they know. Like
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
it's not. They're not going in blind thinking
Mm.
wonder this is going to be like. They know
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
what's going
exactly.
To be.
They're
I
all
didn't-
their
I didn't
followers.
think like that. I thought they're coming in blind. They're going to be like, oh, this is shit.
They're coming to judge you.
Yeah, but they aren't. They're coming to have a
Critics.
laugh. They paid money, so they're going to enjoy it. So
Yeah.
now I know I'm in a different mind frame. And this one will be sober because obviously we've got a fight coming up.
Yeah, and have you have
Yeah,
done, you sold out to the Devonish and all, didn't you?
Yeah,
Steve?
Yeah.
Fucking, it was rammed.
Who was your first,
first
live
guys?
party?
Paddy Barnes,
Sick.
Sean McComb, and Paddy McDonald.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good. It was a good crowd or a good guest, but I think this one's even better. Jimmy Nesbitt, I think he's a legend.
Yeah,
He's
of
the
course.
biggest.
I never was a big, not a big fan. I never really paid attention to Jimmy Nesbitt until we done the podcast one, and the man is a legend. I love
Great
him.
guy.
Did you ever watch the film he done about the Shankill Butchers?
Nah,
No,
No, called Resurrection Man.
no, but
Big
definitely it's on my list to watch because
Yeah, Steve
people
Bell.
keep saying,
is it good?
and
Did,
then
did people say that about
yeah,
it?
and
I've never even heard of it.
there's
Yeah,
another
big.
film that somebody told me to watch. It's like a thing about the doctor. Remember the dentist?
Yes.
Yeah, and
He kills his
yeah,
wife.
yeah.
Sick
So
shit.
that's on the list too.
Here, the funny thing about Jimmy Nesbitt, my brother, when he was like 16, we moved back over here, and he was still in Manchester, Adam, and he got a job as a waiter, and it was like at a posh restaurant, but Jimmy Nesbitt was there.
Dude.
And Adam, my brother, waited his table,
Yeah.
and he heard my brother's
accent,
accent,
yeah.
and he gave him like a 20 quid tip or something. But Adam was like, "Yo!"
Love him.
You know, like
Because
he'd
the
never
Nesbitt's a big United fan, so he's in Manchester regular.
Yeah, well, he gave Adam like an expensive tip, like that. I
Carl.
remember thinking gangster shit. You know?
That's what you need.
Nah, he seems a cool guy. Have you met him? Did he go on your show?
He went on our podcast,
And
and
he
then
loves us now. We're in
yeah.
a group chat. We're fucking flat on my
Yeah.
time.
he's a funny guy. He's like
He's a legend.
the same kind of, we're like kindred spirits.
Yeah, of course.
he's one
Same
of the lads.
crack,
He
yeah.
doesn't- he's fucking obviously big time famous. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You can have a drink with him and fucking he'll say madness. He don't know.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's funny.
I'm excited to see this live podcast.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going to take notes. So, is it just a podcast? And how long does it go on for?
See before we done our one, I was like, who even fucking wants to go to a live podcast? Who wants to sit and see you talking to guests? So I had to do a load of research before it, and then I started getting into them. I was like, these are actually good. So we just walk out. He does about 10 minutes. He's obviously a comedian as well, so he does about 10 minutes warming up a crowd. Yeah. And then we'll bring in our guests and we'll talk shit for.
So it's about half an hour with each
guest,
and then.
Whoa! So you do it in the. I thought they were all there together.
No, so we'll bring one out. So we'll bring out, say, Jamie first. He'll do 20 minutes. Then bring
it's
out.
like the TV show.
Yeah, so like a TV show. Yeah, that kind of.
Exactly, Gab. We'll have an interval. So we'll have.
Then we'll have an interval.
In first.
Yeah.
Connors in first, and then we'll have an interval. Bit of music. Everyone gets a drink and a smoke. Yeah. And then we'll bring in Jimmy.
And then do you have like then a wee bit then where you are all in together or whatever? Then?
Well, the way we done it the last time, so we brought Paddy come on first because he had a gig, so he had to leave early. So we got him on first. He left, had an interval, and then brought Paddy and Sean on, done a bit with them, and then at the end we done like a challenge. Got people up from the crowd. It was like a drinking relay.
People heard free drink. Fuck me, the crowd just started paying. It was all my fucking cousins.
3 against 3. And
but it was good. It worked out well. You know, it was such an 8, and everyone fucking loved it. So we're excited about this one. We're even planning our next ones.
Of course.
So we Tyrone's the head of creative control in Whiskey and Wit, so he plans it all.
Yeah.
And so he's been planning, and then I just carry it.
Love that. Love that. Now you need that. Like I said, my thing, it's just sort of like I'm only just sort of doing it like I'm actually enjoying it all myself. I'm sort of like doing it as my own way.
See, the reason why, well, for me personally, I started this podcast with him is because I see after boxing, after a fight, I'd be sitting in the house bored of bollocks. I start drinking like fuck, fucking gambling like fuck. And like wasting my time, and I'm not doing that on purpose. So like I need to start doing something properly. Yep. So I started the podcast with Tommy, and that's keeping me busy. Fucking occupied with doing shit like that instead of fucking sitting in the house, fucking bottle of wine, fucking bat free.
Man, it's like therapeutic. Kind of, you can go in the studio and with your mate or with a guest, and you just talk and shut off from the rest of the world.
Of course.
Like I enjoy it, and I was never in the podcast or anything, and he kept saying, "We should do a podcast. We should do a podcast." I was going, "Oh, I don't sweat," but I never like made any moves to make it. And then when he said that to me,
what?
Did you ever been to podcasts like
watching them?
What? Not really. I watched loads of clips, but I wouldn't watch the actual podcasts for some reason. Don't know why. Yeah. But I knew it was a big thing, and people love them. And I needed something to fucking do.
So I used to watch Joe Rogan, but I mean before he was like
big,
and I loved it. And then I fell out with Joe then when he got Eddie Bravo on, and Eddie Bravo was like his mate. And then
but sure, he was a conspiracy guy too. He was like,
I know he was, but then he got silenced. Joe, I promise you this, I know for like. Did you see Alex Jones even went on Joe Rogan and said to him, "I know, Joe, that your family got threatened." And that's why now everything's all above the book. So Eddie Bravo, you know who Eddie Bravo is, don't you?
He's always used to be on Joe Rogan.
He's 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, yeah, no, he talked about that.
Yeah, he's a G, but he said about flat Earth. Yeah. And he says to Joe, you should really look into it. No, and at first Joe was like mocking it, and then like saying, but and then Eddie said, listen, it's all right debating me. What you should do is get Neil deGrasse Tyson and get my flat Earth guy, Eric DeBay. And Eric DeBay is a don. He knows all facts and shit. You with me? Like he's a debater. So he says, let them debate. Let the two experts go at it, and we'll sit there as moderators. And Joe said, that sounds cool as fuck. Let's do it. What did Neil deGrasse Tyson say? He said, and you know Neil deGrasse Tyson, the NASA guy. He said, not at all. I'd never have a debate with Eric DeBay. He goes, the thing that you need to do with flat earthers, mock them, ridicule them, but never engage in a debate.
Are you a flat earther?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
are you?
Yeah, of course.
What do you mean?
Whatever, let's mock them.
Exactly, of course. Like, listen, you know, Wonka as well. I went round to Wonka's house last year, and one of his mates was there, and his mate was, when I said about flat earth, he was starting to, and I started the debate with him. Wonka was laughing and all. Now Wonka believes it.
I remember last time you said about it, and I don't know if I watched it on a podcast or you said it to me, but you were using like the Bible, they try and say like it's biblical as well between the water and the heavens and all that stuff.
Well,
I'd say that was none of that. That was when you had Chris on. I remember you talking about that stuff.
Yeah, well, that is the biblical. Like what I always say, like the authors of the Bible all believed that it was flat and motionless. Like, for example, you know, the 7-day creation.
I'm reading the Bible now at the minute.
So
I just want to read it from start to finish. It says that I'm going to read this thing, see what all the fuss is.
what are you up to?
I'm on the chapter.
What are you up to?
Genesis chapter 18.
John, you've got a long way to go.
I know. Only started at the start last on Friday.
Have you read the Bible?
haven't.
You say you're not going to talk to me.
I'm a sinner.
I've read the Bible from cover to cover a few times.
That's what I want to do. I don't know about it. I'm a believer in God, and like I said, I'm from a religious family.
Yeah.
And but what I'm finding in reading it is
It's completely different.
it's hard to read, and it's fucking like the Adam lived till he was like 600 and something. Noah was 630 when he fucking built. So everyone's living for hundreds of years, and I said to my cousin's gonna read it too. He says I've wanted to do it, but we can do it together and then talk about it. But I says what I'm getting from it is like when they're saying people are living for hundreds and hundreds of years, maybe that means like Tommy McCarthy lived until he was 800 years old, but maybe that means my name lived on for 800 years. It's not like there's no way literally.
Still living on now.
I know, but I don't
still
know. I've been trying to isolate it, but there's no way people live for 800 years.
What you're talking about there is like the Mexican Book of the Dead. In the Mexican belief, what they say is when you have two deaths, you have a physical death, but then you die. Your soul dies again in the underworld when your name is spoken for the last time on earth.
Because everything.
So some people can live for thousands of years or live.
Yeah, we all know our grandfather's name.
Yes.
So my kids will know my grandfather's name. Their kids might know them, but then their kids beyond that might not know. So I was going, maybe that's what it means. For 800 years, like Tommy McCarthy's name was ringing out, and then people stopped talking about it.
Yeah, you sound like one of these guys who says the
Earth.
7-day No, so check it. Some people say the 7-day theory, it means 7 trillion years. You know what I mean? Like each day is a million years or some bullshit. Get on this though. This is what I like to say to like people who believe the 7-day theory and they think the earth is a spinning ball floating through an endless, ever-growing.
Do you believe the 7 days?
I don't believe in space.
I actually just don't give a shit.
Bro,
no.
check it. Listen, I don't.
It can be anything.
I just want to read it just because there's no. I like talking about religious debates and stuff, so I need to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because I've just know wee snippets of the Bible what people talk about. Anyone who wants it, but I'm not ready right now. But it's like it's so hard to read because fucking this one begat that begat, and it's like Jesus Christ. It's not. So far, I don't think it's very well written because
you haven't got the Jesus Christ.
It's a bestseller. What are you talking
but
about?
you're not setting the scene. It's like 1 minute this is happening, and then the next thing it's like all of a sudden this is happening here. There's no
consistency.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. You get like at the end of Genesis, then it's straight into like a different. I know what you mean. Well, the 7-day creation. Just think about this for a second. No, this is a funny thing. Day 1, God created the heavens and the earth. Day 2, it said He put a vault in the sky to separate the waters from above the heavens from the waters below. Right? Said He created a vault to separate the oceans from above the sky from the oceans below. Right? Then it said on day 3 He made land. Guess what He made on day 4? The sun, the moon, and the stars. And it said He made them and He placed them within the firmament, within the vault. Right? And it said He made the sun to rule the day and the moon to rule the night. And they were 2 great lights in the sky. Right? So this is what I like to say to people. I say, if you believe that the earth is floating, spinning around the sun, and you also believe in the 7-day creation, then what was the earth spinning around for the first 3 days of creation? Do you understand what I mean?
It was just floating.
But it wasn't, but it never talked about it. So even like from a scientific point of view, right? You see a non-vacuum. that cannot exist beside a vacuum without an
So
impermeable
you
barrier.
think
There's an impermeable barrier.
So you think God shakes it fucking winter time, the snow globe comes?
No, you know where snow comes from, brother.
Christmas time.
No, snow comes from the clouds, and obviously it's to do with the coldness. Snow is the water when it freezes. No, but you understand though.
Yeah.
But it's funny because it does say the Great Flood as well. It says,
Tsunami, motherfuckers.
listen what it says though. It says, "And the portals of heaven opened up." When the Great Flood happened, and that was the primordial waters. Yeah. So I don't believe in space. I don't believe in none of it. I think Elon Musk is a con man. I believe NASA was con. Like, do you believe they went to the moon?
No, I don't.
You know that they didn't. Do you believe it, Tyrone? Don't say you do. Nah. You think Neil Armstrong went to the moon? Neil Armstrong doesn't even think he went to the moon.
No, do you know what? Actually, I don't believe in the moon land. I don't.
Good.
That's one thing I don't believe in.
What about 9/11?
No, I think that's the Bush done that.
Bush knocked down the towers. Tell the truth.
That's fact.
Not
I
afraid.
believe in a lot of conspiracies, but
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not
But,
flat Earth.
yeah.
Yeah.
But listen,
I'm not a flat earther myself, but
of course you aren't, because you haven't chilled with me. I promise you, though, when I start showing you, I wasn't for a year. My brother was the first one that hit with me with it.
like, I don't think you're nuts or anything. But I just, like I said, I haven't done the knowledge on it, so I
There's some
can't.
conspiracies you believe. You have to dig. You have to go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, of course. And then when you do go down a rabbit hole too, what you realise is it's all connected. Everything, right from all of the conspiracies we've talked today. Like you said, what we're talking about is official science. Remember what the official science was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You're allowed to go to the club, but you're not allowed to dance.
Yeah.
And you have to wear your mask, but no gloves. And stand 2 foot back and go out after 8 o'clock. This is the official science.
Yeah.
So you have to ask yourselves what the fuck was going on.
But I think just, what does it matter if the Earth is flat or sphere? Like, why would they want to hide it from us that
Tell you why.
it's flat?
One
Because
reason.
the inside of it is lizards.
And he's real. Check this though. But
Yeah, I've
think
been
about-
on this wormhole already.
Listen, think about this though. If what they're telling you is real, you're a speck in an endless vacuum of never-ending space, and there's a trillion other planets just like you, and you're worthless. You're nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas if you found out that was all a load of shit, and this is actually the epicenter of life in everything, then you understand your own worth.
Yeah.
You understand? You understand that it isn't pointless. You didn't just come from a piece of shit that grew into an ape, that grew
Yeah.
into a lizard.
I don't believe that. It's
Of course.
a
you-
theory. Shit.
Do you believe in that
The
evolution?
theory I actually read the other day was that it's a spaceship or something, or a big fucking common thing full of humans crashed in, killed all the dinosaurs, and that's where the humans came
Yes,
from.
I don't believe in
Is
space.
there any even
bro.
proof for the dinosaurs as well?
But
Yeah, there's no. I don't believe in space. Space isn't scientifically plausible. I'll explain why. A vacuum cannot exist beside a non-vacuum without an impermeable barrier. Otherwise,
So
it just sucks into
what's
each other.
what's
the
the?
atmosphere is the impermeable.
I'm not
Exactly,
trying
because
to.
you say what NASA tell you is you can get a spaceship and go up and up and up and up, and then you just pop out into the
Like, I'm not trying to go
against.
against what they're saying or trying to prove a point, but this is a genuine question. What if there's no space? What are the satellites going around? Like,
That's a deep one. So it is deep. Listen,
I
no,
don't know, but where are they?
it is deep. I don't believe satellites are what they say they are.
What do you think they are?
Also, I don't believe nuclear bombs are what they say they are. Well, check this. I'll tell you what else I don't believe in. Dinosaurs.
No, I don't believe in
Do you want to know
dinosaurs.
something scary about that? No, you can laugh, Tyrone. Get on this, brother. Listen to this.
Come on, what's this? There's a picture right here. There's a fucking picture right here.
Exactly.
Explain
no
this.
way. I didn't even clock your dinosaur. I might have been subconscious.
Listen, picture proof.
I'm telling you, see all the dinosaur bones in all of the museums in the world. They're all plastic.
Well, like,
They're all
see,
plastic.
the bones in that, there probably was big critics like it, but how the fuck can anyone tell you what they look like, what colour their skin was, and what all that shit? That's why I don't believe
what
it.
noises they made.
I don't know.
They have
Could be
voice
tweeting.
Voice boxes.
So there's an explanation
Yeah.
fucking everything is rockets.
I'm telling you. Look into Eric the Bay. Eric the Bay exposes the great dinosaur race, and it's fascinating. Apparently, some guy in a university hypothesized what it would be, and then they went out to a location and apparently found these hypothesized creatures that he fantasized about. Doesn't make any sense at
Because
all.
they say the birds are the descendants of dinosaurs and say it. So if birds don't have feathers, Why don't the dinosaurs have feathers?
Crocodile,
Or what? How's a crocodile descend of dinosaurs?
They do say that. And
Okay.
Alright,
giraffes.
now you look like a fool.
And what about
Do.
giraffes? Do they say giraffes are descendants of
I
dinosaurs?
don't know.
Listen, Tommy don't know nothing
I don't
anymore.
know.
This man's
Hey, my
fool.
man's blue. The Earth's flat. Dinosaurs aren't real.
There's no space.
It's true.
Fuck's
No
sake.
satellites.
Here, do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
No.
No. What about
I
you?
don't know. I've never really
I don't know. I've never.
dived in that one.
Well,
I would never say no, like, but somebody, there's something out there.
Well, I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth, fellas.
You can't tell us the God's answer.
No, I can't. Well,
God doesn't.
Go ahead.
do
Oh,
you believe in God?
turns on. We were in my granddad's
Right,
not
we'll
that
get into
long
that
ago.
in a minute.
My granddad's a pastor, like I told you before, and he was talking about the Bible, and I was like, some people don't believe in God, and I was like, and then my granddad's like, oh no, he's only joking.
Well, I was going to say to you, and this is the truth. I seen the Loch Ness Monster when I was a child.
Did you?
Me and my brother and my dad and my mum. What are you laughing at? It's true. No, it's true. We went over to Loch Ness and my dad parked up beside the loch and we got out in the middle of
seen
the
it?
night. I was
Sure
asleep
it
in the
wasn't a
car
log.
and we seen. Listen,
log
we'll
froze
get
back.
on this. We seen it moving across the loch. The next day we went and seen a wee woman who lived at the side of the loch and we ran over to her. I was about 8 and I says, "We seen the monster last night," and I described it to her. And you know what she said to me? "Well, yous are very lucky because I've lived here my whole life and I've only seen it 3 times." That's what she said to me.
Maybe it's just a big fish.
I don't know.
It's something, eh? But
Listen, these stories have to come from somewhere else.
yeah,
They
Yeah.
just
yeah.
can't be made
Come
up.
from the Bible. Have you ever heard of Leviathan?
No, I told you I'm not a
Tell me.
Bible
Have you
patient.
heard of Leviathan? It's the big sea monster in the
Nah,
Bible. They say
but I'm
it's the
gonna get
biggest
there.
monster in the
There's no
world.
spoilers, John.
Yeah, they said it's a big monster, sea monster, and that's
Right.
deep. Telling you, boys. So, listen, you've got daughters now. Tell me this. My daughter's over for the summer.
I was going to say, like, so obviously she's done a Belfast accent. I was going to say,
She's from Manchester.
right, okay.
Yeah, so she's a wee English girl, you know.
Right.
But she lives in Charlton, you know.
Does she, yeah?
So she grows up there, you know. And she's that funny, like, but when she come over there and she says, "Dad, I'm really gonna take me to the Barbie movie." Have you been yet?
I haven't been, but my 2 girls, they're gonna go by themselves. But I actually wanted to go and watch it.
So did I. My
But
whole
they're
family went
gonna
yesterday
go
and didn't
on
even
their
invite
own.
me.
Have you not seen it?
Nah, my whole family, my 2 kids, my wife, and their sister went. I
We-
came home, they were all
makes
away,
sense.
and I was like, why did you not invite me?
It's because it's a feminist movie. So
I've seen that
Ken
on
is
Twitter.
like
Say it's a man hit.
Yeah, it is a man-hating
Is
thing.
it?
Yeah, and that's why they've done that there. My wee sister done it as well. She went out with all her mates, left her husband to look after the baby, and all said it's the
Sick.
girls now. I was saying, you're being brainwashed.
I wanted to go watch it, but
yeah.
apparently it's cringy anyway.
Because I went with I went to watch Little Mermaid with all the kids, and then it came, you
I haven't
know.
even seen it. Oh, it did. I was watching it. It was all right.
But when the ads before it, the Barbie one came out, I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna go and watch it." But
What did
Two
you think of
girls.
Little Mermaid?
do you know what? That's the first time I ever
He was
watched.
raging about the dad being white. That's what he was raging
Yeah,
about.
what? About that being white? Listen.
The dad's white, and then with the
Yes.
black kids, the white daddy had a black kid, Chinese kid, a Mexican kid, a
did.
Polish kid. He was
had
just
every-
slanging
yeah.
dick
Yeah,
all around the
he
seven
was.
seas.
Yeah.
And then the white guy, who she gives up her fucking friend for,
Yeah.
had a black woman. Like
in
black,
this world,
like
in this world, like, yeah, it's a lucky dip. You know what I mean?
It's fucking well.
Whatever happens, you're getting something else. It was
Fuck's
funny,
sake.
but that wasn't what I cared about the most. I actually thought that was funny that there was all different races and it's a
yeah.
lucky dip.
I thought it was
whatever,
alright.
He was
But
only joking
The
about
I
one
was,
thing that I thought really was hilarious about it, they demasculinized the prince again. What happens at the end? If you can remember the original cartoon,
I never watched the original, so
Well,
it was all new to me.
the original cartoon is Prince Eric, who jumps in the ship because he's a sailor
Yeah.
and steers the ship into the big Ursula and kills her. But no, you can't have a man saving her. So what in this new one? You have Ariel and
sake.
crawling with her wee fish flap onto the ship, and then she kills Ursula. So
Fuck's sake.
she's the hero.
Black Power.
Yeah, it was funny. Like I said, my favourite film. They changed the race of the main character, Django. Seen Django Unchained?
The movie, yeah.
Yeah.
But I knew I didn't know until after that was a remake of from back in the day.
I didn't know.
And did you not know? So can you remember the scene in Django where he sat at Leonardo DiCaprio's bar, and an old man goes, "What's your name, son?" And he goes, "Django." The D silent, and the other man goes, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah, he's the original Django.
Really?
That's why I said I know, because he's the original
right,
Django.
okay, makes sense.
No, love that film. I don't mind about the change in the race in the films. I don't mind that.
I don't mind, but
Did
I
you see
just
Black
think.
Annie? Have you seen Black Annie?
Yeah, with Annie the movie.
Yeah, but because Annie's a ginger girl, you know. But then they done Black
John saying the Black Annie. It's called Annie.
my Emily loves it.
But
She
no,
thinks that one's better.
like I think they should not like if you're doing a remake or a live action of a cartoon, just try and keep it the same as what it was before. But if you want to have like inclusion and then make a new movie if it's for black people. Well, black people, Princess and the Frog, like.
Yeah, I remember.
But then, the Arabic princess, Aladdin. And if you want to make it more inclusive, then make new films about black people or Arabic people or Asian people. Make something new. Don't be trying to change the old shit.
I know, sure, they're taking the piss now. Like, there's loads of funny things. Have you seen it? Netflix, the new Conor McGregor movie, Netflix starring Kevin Hart.
I know, it's all on it.
Yeah. They're going too far nowadays.
Yeah, well, the Barbie film, I'm not going to lie to you. Listen, I'm not going to do no spoilers because you're watching. Yeah, I'll rate it.
I'm not going to say it now. My kids are going without me. So.
It's very of course, because it's a thing like all the girls want to go themselves. I says, no, I'm going to see it. And when I observed it, the very opening scene is interesting. All the wee girls it says, before Barbie came, girls, the only dolls were baby dolls.
Yeah, and then a prostitute one over in Germany.
Did it?
Yeah, and that's where it came from. Barbie came from. This one went over, seen the German. It was a comic kind of thing in newspapers of this prostitute that was dolled up and she used to like manipulate all men. And then she went home. She brought a doll home. The kid loved it, and then she said, "Fuck, we're on to something here." And then she started making Barbie.
Trying to make it more like.
Well, it doesn't say that in this, but at the start of it, all the wee kids, it goes, then Barbie arrives, and then all the wee kids start smashing their baby dolls to bits. And I was thinking, this is a deep, dark symbology. Yeah. And I had already said to my Emily, I think this is some propaganda shit. I'll take you to see it. But I've got a feeling it's some man-hating propaganda bullshit.
Well, it is, because it's a prostitute fucking luring men in, fucking them over.
Well, what did Emily say at the very start, as we're watching the wee kids then smashing their baby dolls, and it goes, nah, it's narcissism and slutism, you with me?
That's what it is.
Well, Emily's watching them smashing their baby dolls, and this is what she says to me. It's not that deep, Dad. It's not that deep, you know? Because she's thinking it. She knows what I'm thinking.
But it is.
It is that deep.
It is that deep. I mean, that's where it came from.
Every man in it is either an absolute muppet, brain dead, or a simp, or like a homo, and that's it. There is no man in it, you know. And you know what's interesting about it? I watched a woman. Check it. I watched a woman talking about it too, and guess what she said? She was a Barbie fan her whole life. Because I'd never seen no Barbie shit. She said, I had watched Barbie my whole life. Ken isn't a half-wit. Ken, you know, in the original animated series or whatever, Ken's just a normal man.
I watch Barbie every day, to be honest. My kids love it.
Of course. Well, you have to see the film. I want your opinion on it. I want your review. It's well done.
Muppet.
And
brain dead.
But it's all about the patriarchy, and it's not even like subliminally about the patriarchy. They mention the word patriarchy about 15, 20 times in the film. Do you know what I mean?
Apparently, the new Snow White's coming in, and
I've seen it.
The prince isn't going to save her, and she's not, because Snow White, because her skin was white as snow, but it's like a Hispanic girl, Snow White now.
I actually cracked a joke out with Emily. I said they should get a black girl playing Snow White.
So that's Slabberin.
Because the prince kisses her, consent. That's not going to happen no more.
Yeah, I know. Listen, forget that. I know it's madness, bro. It's the world gone mental. But as you can see, wokeism is it's weird because Barbie is the biggest movie in the world. I went to the cinema with my daughter to see it. Packed.
Like, see, Kennedy Centre, this is no joke. I go to all the new films at Kennedy Centre, it's always empty.
Yeah.
Barbie, fucking queues at the fucking thing.
Ram, bro.
I'm not joking. My two young kids watch Barbie in the Dream House. There's all different kind of Barbies on Netflix every day. Every day I'm sitting watching.
You love it.
Well, it'll
Get
be
that Barbie
interesting. Well, now because you've seen the original Barbies, it'll be interesting to see what you think it is, because you'll know it's not about.
He's sitting there with no pad. Inaccurate.
Yeah,
Inaccurate.
they keep saying to me, Dad, will you shut up now? I said,
Just enjoy the film.
Yeah, that's what you said.
You're
but
going mad and
I
stuff.
said,
Fuck this
yeah.
shit.
She said, my dad keeps saying, this isn't just a movie, it's a message.
He's racking the cinema.
And then I wasn't having it. But you know,
An only man in the cinema.
All kids. Fuck this shit. Storming out.
Yeah, it was funny. I says to Luke today we were going to talk about the Barbie. He goes, we should make it pink and all, you know, around us.
Sure.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, can you change the colours in this, huh?
Oh, why? That's what we do. Make it multicoloured, you know.
Okay, sweet.
What time are we on?
That's us done.
Right.
Listen.
Not that rush it. I had, you know what? Added that wee bit out. I don't want to look like a dick. What hell time are we on?
He's not, he's here. His missus is calling back for dinner.
My bollocks
no,
off anyway. I need
That's
to-
why he had to get
I
his phone
smoke.
charged, though. He's got to come on.
No, I'm going training.
So listen, this episode is sponsored by Hotbox Entertainment by DJ K. There's no DJ K.
Yep, shout out DJ K.
His shop this week.
Yeah, man.
That's
Get
on
a few
stage.
new friends.
Yeah, he's a legend. Sponsored by Big Buzz Lightyear, Potato, Weedy Wonka.
I love any nickname. for
Woody,
fuck's
you
sake.
can be Woody.
Yeah, you can be Woody if you want. What do you think?
Next time I come up, I'll be Woody.
Yeah, man.
And don't forget to check out whiskeyandweight.com for the merch.
100%.
His daughter drew it.
Yep,
Love
my
that.
daughter got this. And live show, August 9th, Davenish,
Yep.
Party of Phil. So if you're going to that, John makes you come and watch us too.
100%. Well, I'll be there as well. I can't
Yep.
wait to
And
see
then also big world title fight in September 16th. So
What? We didn't even talk about that.
I don't know. I thought that's what we're coming on.
Um,
But then we got drawn
got
into
sex.
the Barbie and fucking flat Earth.
I was like, what the
Bible.
fuck just happened? Listen,
But listen, that'll be for the next time.
I'm telling
Next
you.
time we'll be world champion.
I'm going to turn you into a preacher, I can say.
No.
But John will be coming on large as well. So if you want to hear Tyrone talk about his world title fight, come watch Whiskey and Weight.
Yeah, there we go. Right, lads. it's
Right,
been
thank you.
brilliant. Thank you, everyone.
Boom.
God bless.
What's happening? This is Jun Tzu. Just Slabberin.
I told you.